Third Rate Review is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Alright, welcome back. In this episode, we are talking about Hot Toys Doctor Octopus from Spider-Man No Way Home. So, let's take a look at it and first remove the glasses to explore the head sculpt. Careful when removing the glasses, they seem a bit fragile. Now, do we think the likeness is 100% accurate here to Mr. Alfred Molina? I'm going to say no. Hot Toys kind of dropped the ball in here. Unfortunate because the paint and the detail is really well done. The face has small bumps on it, you have wrinkles under the eyes, and the eyes themselves have a lot of life to them. Unfortunate they don't move. The mouth is also very detailed with amazing molded teeth. The hair is molded with small notches on the side for the glasses as well. The figure's clothing involves a cloth jacket over a pleathered material jacket to simulate leather. The zipper also does work, but Dr. Octopus would need to join Jenny Craig to kind of close it. Keep in mind, we are not to remove the jacket, as per the instructions. Both jackets also have wire lining to make different poses. That's pretty cool detail. Gives us different options when dynamically posing. There is a nice pattern to the outer jacket. I think it's to simulate wool. I'm not quite sure on that. Turning the figure around, we see the rip holes for the tentacles. We have to attach each one to the peg holes you see here. As for articulation, there's not a lot, and for some reason, on my copy, one arm seems to go higher than the other. I don't want to keep trying to push the other one higher, out of fear of possible damage. Now, under the jacket, Dr. Octopus has this nice gray sweater. I'm a bit scared because it seems to be the type to collect dust and form lint. You can also see the clamp around his waist which holds the tentacle arms. It's made of plastic with some detail and color to make it seem metal. The pants are made of cloth, and they seem to resemble paramedic pants with all the different pockets. Going back to the jacket, we have buttons on each of the sides. They aren't functioning buttons, but It's really great detail to them. The hands have gloves over them with some stitching detail. The skin paint is the same from hand to arm. Doctor Octopus also has some nice boots, regular, not weather or dirty. Very clean shoes. And it's not like Doctor Octopus walks on his feet anyway. If you watch the movie, he's usually using his tentacles. It's a really nice figure in general, just the likeness is kind of off. Some additional articulation we have in the center. There's really none except for moving the hips from side to side and not up and down. The legs can also stretch out and bend. The same goes with his knees. The arms have some articulation. They can bend at the elbows, especially the arm that is meant to hold his glasses in the taken off position. Now let's take a look inside the coat. Remember, don't remove it. You can see the skin here. The sweater is just the vest, no sleeves, and Dr. Octopus has padded shoulders for a bulkier look. So what does Hot Toys Dr. Octopus come with? The attached pair of hands in a very neutral pose. In addition, 5 additional hands, 2 pairs and 1 extra hand. 2 pairs are wide open palm hands and 2 are closed fists. The extra hand is a right hand for him to hold his glasses in I'm so cool as I'm taking these off pose. He also comes with the metal spike that comes out of the tentacles. It's plastic. I originally thought it was magnetic, but it's not. It just fits in the tentacle and stays there. And the spike can be switched to the other tentacle, so both upper tentacles can use it. He also comes with the sunglasses that you saw earlier, and I'll repeat my warning that it seems very fragile. I'll give you a quick view of the tentacles here, and a closer look a little later. 4 tentacle arms come included, the 2 top ones and 2 bottom ones. The 2 top ones have the sharp clamps, and they can be moved to different poses. Everything is made out of plastic, with tiny springs inside between each of the joints. The bottom 2 have less sharp style and can be moved the same way. All 4 are exactly the same build. In addition, the deluxe version comes included with another 4 arms with nanotech collar over them. They're exactly the same, and I won't be removing them from the bag. Honestly, I probably shouldn't have bought the deluxe version now that I think of it, because these arms are exactly the same thing. Doctor Octopus also comes with the usual base and the extra heavy stand for dynamic posing. The stand has the film logo and Doc Ock written on it. Alright, so let's talk about the giant elephant in the room. If you watch other 1/6 figure channels, you may have seen this complaint already. The difficulty in attaching the tentacles to the figure, it's so goddamn frustrating. They don't go all the way in. Don't let anyone tell you they do. They lie. As you can see here, I'm trying to push it hard, and regardless of what women say in my life, I really am trying to push. And because the attachment is delicate, you can't use too much force out of fear of breaking it. And if you manage to attach 1 tentacle, you'll still need to do it 3 more times, and that is an entirely new monster. This isn't cool, Hot Toys, especially for a figure of this price and the experience of years in building figures you have. I can't imagine they didn't think of a better way to attach the tentacles to the figure. It's frustrating and really scary to handle, and something we absolutely should not have to deal with at this level. I would suggest once you attach the tentacles, don't ever touch them again. And since we are on the tentacle subject, let's give them a closer look. Between each joint, there are tiny springs. My worst nightmare is now breaking one of these and forever having a limp tentacle. On a second thought, my second worst nightmare is involving something limp. Now I know there's a third-party Doctor Octopus out there, and I'm very curious to see how they've done the tentacles, but I won't get her or buy it. So, and as I mentioned before, the tentacles are all plastic, which doesn't give you a lot of confidence in trying to pose. Now don't get me wrong, they can bend in a lot of different shapes, but not as much as the film version. I appreciate the work that went into them, but not quite sure to reach full potential. I have mentioned this already, but the likeness really is not there. I wonder if Alfred Molina's look is just difficult to copy. Or maybe just the expression they tried to do made it look weird. The image in the box is much better in my opinion, and should have been the figure's look, not this one. This one gets a 6. The coats, the tentacles, the paint on the face are really well done. Hot Toys gave it love in those areas. But the weird arms, at least on my copy, the tentacles' inability to fully be inserted and the inability to have full flexibility really hurt it. So this one gets a 7. I bought the deluxe version and that was a bad call. The least thing we need on this figure is more attachments that don't fit. I'm thinking maybe they could have included the core reactor, the one he takes from Electro in the film, but I actually can't think of anything else. I don't think we can call the tentacles accessories either, because they are part of the Doctor Octopus character. I wouldn't give them praise for including them, I would expect it. Anyhow, this gets an 8. This deluxe version was $365 without shipping and handling. The regular version is $335, so you paid $30 more for the tentacles. It's weird that the Green Goblin was $290 without the glider and $380 with it. The glider was $90 extra, and I think maybe the tentacles would require more time to put together than the glider. I wonder how they decide these things. I think for this figure with a so-so likeness and frustrating tentacles, charging $290 for it would have been a better call. This one gets a 7. So you may think I just took a giant shit on this figure, and I can't blame you. But I must say the figure does look very commanding when displayed. And I did need the figure to complete my No Way Home diorama. 3 Spider-Man and 3 villains, so I'm glad I got it, for completion's sake. I just think we expect more from Hot Toys, and for the prices they ask of, we should get a bit more love. So if you're a fan of the Spider-Man movies and the character, then you'll be pretty happy with this. So Hot Toys Dr. Oct gets a total score of 7. Well, thanks again for watching another episode. If you liked it, please hit the like button, and if you want to keep watching more, subscribe. I appreciate all the love from everyone. Until the next one.